Namaste, brothers and sisters. This is Jen. I just feel very deeply called to make this video, and just feeling such an incredible upgrade since Beltane, and since the Beltane transmission has really feel like everything has gone to the next level, yeah, just powerful transformation at the moment. And so on that note, I feel to just connect with everyone and say thank you to all the beautiful comments that people have made, and I'm so honoured to be here and to connect with you all. And yeah, it's time, and I embrace that it is time, and I'm so grateful for all the really lovely comments that everyone has made, and it does touch my heart, and I do read all of them. But I have, I've been organising the transmission, which was a really huge gathering success of high angelic brethren gathering together to activate these transformations in the electromagnetic grid, and activating a very high level timelines for all of us, and for the collective consciousness. And this upgrade is really abound. And yeah, so this is why I'm making these videos. And so basically, there's a lot of people in my group who have done the transmission. So I write a blog, and I facilitate online transmissions, and basically that's how people find me, is through my writing. So and I will post links to my blogs from now on. So from that, people learn about that, sign up to do the online transmissions, and yeah, that's an amazing success. And within that, there are many brothers and sisters that, the transmissions are really powerful, and they bring up loads of stuff. And actually, this has been a very powerful transmission, Beltane. And even with myself, I have experienced quite strong purging and releasing symptoms, which I don't often get when I do the transmissions, but I have this time, and it was quite strong. So I'm aware that there is big stuff moving in the collective at the moment, and particularly in our group. And so this video is, again, coming back to answering questions from beloveds in the group, because I believe that's relevant for all of us. Whatever comes up, like, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the collective energy at the moment, which is really supporting us to drop the identity, drop the ego consciousness, and be present. And that is what's going on. And so we all made a promise that with our higher self that we would remember, and that's what's going on. There's great deal of remembrance going on right now from the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So right now we're gonna go to Brother Brett and his question in our group. And the question is, can you speak about the forces that rise us up, the forces that keep us in the monkey mind? Vibration and consciousness rises and falls. Are these temporary states, or in the course of massive outpourings of emotion and vibratory energy, are we getting somewhere? And if so, where? So that's a really beautiful observation, and I feel for the masculine, it's different, but it's ultimately it's the same. Awakening and being awake is the same for the masculine and feminine, but the masculine have a different way of getting there, and it's such a huge challenge for the masculine to give up his sense of control and a trust in a higher power. And so ultimately, I as the masculine, I would recognize that, that is something that I find challenging within myself. But there is a part of me that is recognizing that, and getting to know that part of you that is simply observing all of these rises and falls and journeys with the monkey mind, that there is a part of you that is actually observing, and that is your higher self, that is your greater self, that is your divine mother and father self. But it requires trust. But it requires trust for all of us. To trust in the divine and to trust in the higher plan. And okay, so we're just gonna have to pray that people don't. I know what to do. Anyway, so for a brother, I would say that, you know, is to get to that place of recognition of, like, that there is a aspect of your consciousness that is observing that this monkey mind thing is even rising. And when you connect with that which is the observer, then you are home. And so that is the purpose of all life, is to surrender to that force of creation. And so you are being given a sacred opportunity in all of these moments. But you, as the divine masculine, have to have compassion for yourself, that as the masculine, like, it is challenging for you to do that, you know, and so meet that part of yourself with tenderness and presence, you know, because you're about to make a huge leap in the divine masculine consciousness. So connect those two parts, connect the parental self and the you know, the child self, of the part of you that feels that fear of making that change, into trust and into surrender. Yeah. And so, and that is how I have done a lot of, and that is the alchemy. That is the alchemy of the soul. When we, you know, when we realise those aspects that are feeling vulnerable to really to trust in the divine order, then it's such a powerful and sacred opportunity for us to practice the most important art of alchemy, of soul alchemy, because when we meet those aspects in presence, then they are, that which was in the darkness is subsumed by the light, and it no longer exists. So yeah, and that is what is occurring, brothers and sisters, is this remembrance and this awakening. And then he goes on to say, in the course of these massive outpourings of energy and vibratory energy, are we getting somewhere? And if so, where? Where has this energy come from? And if so, where? This energy is coming from the life force of God that created you. And God created you as beast, and God created you as the divine, holy, Christed man. And it is your responsibility to take the hand of the beast, that aspect of man that is so consumed by desire and need and want and searching and craving for that security. And you know, it just needs to meet itself in the holy, divine and present moment. It needs to meet itself. And that is the alchemy of the soul. That is the alchemy of the soul, brothers and sisters. When the lightness meets the dark is transformed into the light. And every time that we are faced with anything primal or intense, it is an opportunity for us to really, really remember that I am not that. I am that which observes that. That is appearing in the almightiness of that which I am. But I am not that. I am observing it. And it is not who I am. It is an appearance. It is appearing in the vast, you know, empty space of existence, but it is not who I am, because who I am is the observer. And so everything is bringing us back to that remembrance. Everything is bringing us back to that remembrance, whether we're the masculine, but it's just as the masculine and feminine, it's in different ways. And so for the masculine, it's a huge ask to really, really surrender and to trust in the divine, trust in presence, because you are the divine self. You are the sacred presence of the masculine. And so you need to meet all aspects of yourself in that presence. And that's what we're always being called to do at every opportunity our higher self, you know, uses us to bear witness to that alchemy, that exquisite soul alchemy. And when we really, you know, complete this process, then this activates very, very high level codes of radiance in our frequency. And yeah, and so it's all, this is the soul alchemy. It's like, it's a bit like when, and I do believe this, I believe that life is like it's like a video game, and you have different levels, and on the video game it's a bit like Pac-Man really, and like on the level you've got things that you you know, that you eat that give you power, and you've got things that you consume that, you know, take your power away, and then there's stuff that will, you know, kill you and, you know, make you have to start back at the beginning again. And I realised that on the game of life, like this alchemy business, when you really start like the alchemy of your soul, it's like on the video game collecting like the really like high coins, and like your vibration and your frequency just like raises. That's how I see life, like a video game. And you know, yeah, it's pretty good, and it gets harder as you go up the level, but it also gets easier, which is a paradox and true. So yeah, so that is part one of this video, and again, I just want to say, like, I'm really grateful, really from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful to everyone for coming here, for having this conversation, for really just being in the presence of the knowing and the remembrance that I am that I am. I am the divine Christed self. I am. And I see you, and I see your holy presence and your divinity. And I remember who you are. You are my brother, you are my sister, my holy brother and sister. And I remember who you are. And it is my prayer that you remember who you are. Because we are one. We are one. So, like, isn't it about time we celebrated that? It's about time we celebrated that. So, this is what this video channel is all about. It's about celebrating our remembrance of oneness. And it is my honour to be here in your presence, and thank you so much for being part of this sacred conversation. And if there's any questions you'd like me to answer, please leave them in the comments below, and please say hello. I really am getting so much joy from connecting with the divine people that are watching these videos on YouTube. We're on YouTube, y'all. So anyway, this is part one. I will make part two, Family of Light. And on that note, I will bid you Hari Om.